Welcome to the show, everyone. Happy week again. Now it's what, the third week almost, the second week of October. I can't believe that we are here at this time doing this. We are having a lot of fun here, networking with people already while we're on, before we even get on the air. We are live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to everybody. Oh my God, we have a little bit of the wording showing now too. Hi to everybody out there, like us and follow us. We are going to be sharing the show in a little bit. My first guest has been on with me now several times. I have with me Troy Froderman. He is one of the principals of FR Law Group. Thank you for being back with me. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and not about what you do on the weekends, but what you do, and, you know, more than anything, what you want to talk about today.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for having us again. So, Troy Froderman on behalf of FR Law Group. I'm a lawyer here in Phoenix. I've been licensed in Arizona for over 30 years. Personally, I have been practicing, some might say it's sad, but I've been practicing in the insurance law arena for most of my career. And essentially what that means is that our clients, which are principally business owners, when they have an insurance claim, they have some type of loss or liability, they come to us and we advise them on the best ways to approach the insurance company to try to cover the entirety of their loss. Again, I've been doing that for a long time. FR Law Group itself, we really have two specialties. As I've expressed to you in the past, when you and I were growing up, lawyers were very much generalists and did everything. That's not the case anymore. Everybody has a specialty. So our two areas are insurance law and construction. My law partner, Scott Ryan, before we formed FR Law Group, was actually a construction engineer in the field. And then when he went to law school, he was the general counsel for a large building company.
But what you did, after we talked before about this, is that you brought your experience with working with in the corporate world with big, huge, all sorts of lawyers. I don't know how many you said that you had working with you. But you now brought that down to the smaller guys.
Right. So for a long time, I was involved with large national and international law firms advising clients that had huge legal budgets. And so there was a lot of opportunities there to get a lot of experience that they could afford to pay for us to do that. And so after 27 years of traveling around the globe and working a lot of hours and managing hundreds of lawyers, I decided that it might be a good opportunity to get together with my current law partner, form a small firm, and bring that expertise to companies that don't have that large of a legal spend. Certainly not in the types that you're dealing with, General Motors or Exxon, things of that sort. So we really have the great opportunity to advise smaller businesses with a lot of experience that they're getting the good fortune to actually have and pay at a much, much reduced fee schedule.
Right. Now, you also said today that you wanted to talk about what happens if your insurance carrier denies your claim. What do we do?
So when I try cases, and I've tried over 80 to a jury, one of the things that I like to do during the jury selection process is ask them, how many of you have insurance, whether it's homeowners or others? And pretty much everybody raises their hands. How many of you suffered a loss? Everybody raises their hands. How many of you felt that the claims process was fair? No one raises their hands. So at that point, we have the jury in our hands since we're representing the business that is being denied their claim by the insurance carrier. So everybody that has a policy and has a loss goes through this routinely. And as I've explained to you in the past or shared with you, the insurance policy itself is nothing more and nothing less than a contract. It's like you're signing a contract for your car, contract for a new house. An insurance policy is a written contract. It's a written contract between you and the insurance company. The part of the policy that covers you for a loss is usually less than a page. The part that excludes you, numerous pages. And businesses in particular they have a lot of endorsements, they have a lot of binders. Their policies typically can be tens of pages, if not hundreds of pages long. And again, the part that covers them is usually a few paragraphs. So what happens is that if you have a loss and you present it to your insurance company, a lot of businesses, when they present their claims, they do it through their insurance agent, the entity that they bought the insurance from.
Right.
That's typically, and this is the wrong view, but that's typically who they think their insurance is through their agent. What's not through their agent is through the company that actually issues the policy. So nonetheless, a lot of businesses will rely on their agents to tender the claim to the insurance carrier. What happens is that the insurance carrier will write an acknowledgement letter, but more often than not, that acknowledgement letter will come with what's referred to as a reservation of rights letter. And that's not saying that you have rights under the policy, that's saying we, ABC Insurance Company, we're reserving the right to deny the claim should we find that there's an exclusion that's applicable to this particular loss.
Which they probably find all the time.
Well, and not all the time, but more often than you would like to think. So, not to pick on any particular insurance company, but the old adage, the good hands company, they're good at finding an exclusion.
Sure.
So they have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of employees whose job it is to know the policy terms and conditions, and then to review them in light of a tendered claim. So the first thing to do is make certain that you've reviewed the policy that you're tendering under. So if it's a property claim, you're not going to tender it to your auto policy. You're going to tender it to the carrier that issued you property protection. So a lot of that can be done through the agent in terms of understanding what coverages are there. But you really, specifically, if the loss is such that it's going to have a significant impact on your business, or even enough of an impact that it's going to cause a problem, make certain that whoever is reviewing these policies and tendering the claims consults either with somebody like FR Law Group or somebody who's knowledgeable about the terms and conditions.
Well, I think that they should definitely call you, and we are talking about you right now, so I think that you do free consultations with people.
We do.
And what I want to say is there's, first of all, the one time first and foremost, let's say you are forming right now your new business, that'd be a great time first beforehand to make sure that you've got it done right in the first place, right? So that you're covered, right?
Right. So a lot of businesses, if you're going to start a construction company, there are certain policies that you're going to need in place. Mm-hmm. If you're going to start a business where you're doing some type of professional consultation, that's a different lines of policies. So not all companies need the same types of policies. So it's very important. A large company, they're already going to have in place somebody who's the risk manager or somebody responsible for what the lines of policies are that they need. Smaller startup businesses typically don't.
Well, but you got to make sure that you're covered and the right way.
Correct.
And you are the one that they can call and do that with. They are a free consultation. They're rated with their Better Business Bureau. You also work with people how far out? All over.
All over the country.
All over the country.
Yeah. So, for example, with the pandemic, we have claims all across the country where people are suffering and have suffered business interruption losses, and those are covered potentially under property policies. And so we're advising businesses across the country in terms of how to present their claim to their insurance carrier on their business interruption loss coverage.
I think it's important. Listen up, people. This is information that it's so important for people out there. And that's what I love about this show. This kind of information, you may not realize it, but you have rights too. You want to make sure that you're covered correctly.